Alright guys, we're starting nails with Mike today. I don't know if I told you this, Josh, but his owner told me the other day he was actually scared when he tried to do Mike's nails because he got really nasty with him.
Oh, he did?
He said it was one of the only times he was afraid of him. And I said, well, I can't blame you because we saw that side of him also. So this is why we're putting a muzzle on. But we're also not attempting this. This is just over 3 weeks into the program until we've got that really solid relationship with him already, right? So we're not bringing him in day one and saying, we're gonna do your nails. Okay, so we've already got a line of communication. We've got a level of respect. We've got a history with him. And so now we can say, let's put the final piece in the puzzle. Let's see how you respond when we try to do something we really know you don't want to do, and you have a history of winning by trying to bite in the past and ending the session. Because nobody in their right mind is going to keep going through that bite if they don't know how to deal with it. Because he can be dangerous, really. He really can.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, he'll go for the face.
He is a face biter.
He literally will aim for the face and jump up and try to bite your face off.
For sure.
If he feels that will work.
Oh yeah.
And those nails are long. He's almost a year old. I don't think anyone's probably ever been successful. They might have been done when he got neutered while he was put out.
Yes.
But otherwise, I don't think anyone's touched
I also
his nails.
think it's important to note, especially if you own the dog, his bites when he targets the face. It's a conscious decision.
Yes, he's
So
literally aiming right for the face.
There's a difference between a dog just like being reactionary and being spooked, kind of giving a little nip or a bite, out of being startled. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing thoughts, I'm gonna bite you, boom.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So he's choosing to.
Which
it's
probably,
not just startling
which
into
is probably
it.
why his owner was afraid.
Right. You ever been spooked before? Like somebody comes around the corner and they go, "Rah," and then you're like, I've been in that situation where you get startled and you accidentally like shove them or even hit them because you just startled. Like, ah.
It's different
Right?
than zoning in on
Versus
somebody.
thinking about it and doing it.
Yeah,
And
consciously.
that's what I'm seeing him. He's thinking
Yeah,
about
and
it and he does it.
Very dangerous. Yeah.
Right. So he's intentionally going to correct you hard. So this I've never done with him before.
No,
Did
this
they
is the
do?
first session.
Did they do Dremels or did they do?
I think they tried both. I know he's Dremeled Walter's nails, so, obviously first step is getting the dog to us. So if Mike were to see this setup, see the Dremel, and just say, I don't want to be a part of this, I'm just going to walk away, we would recall him. If he walked away again, he would get a correction and another recall. So now we have a way to keep him close. We also have the downstay, so we can say, now that you're over here, we need you to lay down. Okay, so those two are the really two main things you need before doing your dog's nails, is a way to get them to you and a way to have them stay. And then we present the trigger and we go from there. If there's any funny business, any biting, growling, snarling, lunging, wiggling to the point where it's making it impossible, pulling paws away, all that stuff gets corrected. It's elimination training, right? We're eliminating everything we don't like, and what's left will be a dog who's relaxed and compliant for the nail Dremel. And the beautiful thing about that is they're gonna realize it doesn't even hurt. The reason that he's biting and all of this stuff is because he's assuming this must be painful. Okay, so he's literally scared, but he's willing to bite and say, I don't even trust you to try. So we're gonna show him, hey, the procedure doesn't hurt. We're gonna show him through action. We also have to show him, if you try to bite us during this, you will get corrected. So it's going to force him to feel the procedure and say, oh, that wasn't that bad. In fact, fighting it is worse than what I even thought the procedure was. So he'll learn to just relax. And then the best part is at the end, he'll get a big old treat. So he's like, no, that wasn't even worth fighting over. Josh is trying to put him on his side. This is not easy. It's easy physically, it's not easy mentally, because if you're able to put a dog on their side, it means you've submitted them. It means they surrender.
I'm not going to put him on his side. I'm not going to force him on his side. I'm going to have him.
Suggesting it.
He's going to do it.
Yes,
Oh,
we're
right. That's
suggesting
the idea. Ideally, yeah, he knows what he knows what I'm suggesting. Good boy. But he also knows that if he does that, he's compliant.
Very good. Because of our history, I can't stress this enough. It's because of our 3-week history with him. We've been through everything together. You know, this dog has fought every single command. Every single command he's fought. He's fought sit, he's fought stay, he's fought down. He didn't want to heel, he didn't want to recall, he didn't want to go in the kennel, he didn't want to stay in the kennel. But guess what? We always came out on top. We always did. So the only thing left is compliance.
Yeah, I don't think he even lets you really handle his paws. So
no, I mean, he had to be muzzled at the vet when they took him the first time.
I was going to say, he's been muzzled before. See, on his side, he doesn't want to be on his side for a couple of reasons. One reason is it takes away his ability to strike as good.
Absolutely.
And to run away.
Yep.
So fight and flight kind of gets dampered. But also, he's being compliant if he's on his side. He's almost agreeing, right? He's like, okay, we'll do this, so.
And every cell in his body is built to disagree.
Right.
Until you program him otherwise, he's just built like that. He's built to want to do what he wants to do all the time and never listen. And that's why he's willing to chew through doors. That's why he's willing to bite.
He just thought about biting right
Yes,
there.
he did. Thank God we have a muzzle on. His teeth are no joke. Good.
He also sizes you up.
Yep.
He was just sizing me up.
Yep.
So he looked, he gave me a little,
Can I take him?
and then he looked me in the eyes.
And said, you know
And
what,
he's
I don't
seen
mind.
stability, not
Yeah.
nervous at all, and that made him nervous.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, so this guy's not even
Yep.
flinching at all. Where if you're getting a little, hey buddy, calm down.
Or you're trying to trade, you're trying to barter, you're trying to bribe.
Any type of weakness.
He's not going to fall for that at all. He's going to laugh at you and then bite you. Just the fact that he's allowing Josh to inspect and hold and maneuver his paws like that is big progress.
Oh yeah.
I can tell his nails have never been done. Maybe when he got neutered. Look at how sharp they are.
And it's all stems from insecurity.
Yep.
He is an insecure dog who tries to hide that.
And overreact.
Yeah, he's an overreactor big time. That's why if he's going to correct you, it's going to be way too hard. Okay?
So now we're just touching the nail while the Dremel's on. Nothing hurts. We got to show him this is really not painful at all.
Okay, so. Mine now.
Josh's nail, so he gets
See,
used to the
he's
sound.
documenting that. He thinks it's going to be.
Thinks it's gonna hurt. These dogs act like we're gonna chop a paw off with the way
It's
they
unbelievable.
throw these temper tantrums. It's like a 4-year-old going into the doctor and getting a shot. They have to be held down. It's like, if you just comply, you'll realize it's over in like a split second, and then we're gonna get you some ice cream.
Yeah, it's.
But they
it's,
prolong it. They kick. They scream. You can punish that, and we know this because our child no longer fights for shots, thanks to Josh.
He does a great job, actually.
He goes right in. He lets them give the shot. Does he like it? No. But we're not going to allow him to throw this temper tantrum at the doctor's office.
No.
He was just hospitalized for pneumonia, and he willingly gave his arm for the blood draw. And I was so proud of him for that. He's 5.
And he's proud of himself.
And it's because of the history. We do not allow him to throw these temper tantrums.
Remember when we had to give him eye drops?
Yes, and ear drops. And you know what the nurse said to me at the hospital? She was like, he is the most compliant child I've had in a while.
He's
Same with the
proud of
dogs.
it too, and that's the beauty of it is when he's done. Remember when he had to go get his shots, and I thought he was getting 1 shot, they ended up giving him 3. When he was done, you know, he let him do it and everything. I was very proud of him.
So now we're working on that knee-jerk reaction.
As soon as he gets a correction, he says, "I need to get up so I can defend myself."
Yes.
Which is really bad.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I had to go get the tripod.
He tried, so what you missed while she was in there too is when she left, he took that as an opportunity to try to get up. Sorry. We placed him down here. And what we're working on now is getting him used to the sensation of the vibration, but not with the actual dremel itself. So that way I know he's still getting the foreign feeling of the vibration, but I know there's zero discomfort. It's just, right? And if he pulls away from me, I can correct. Okay? Good boy. Good boy. Once he realizes none of this actually hurts, then he'll relax. Good boy. So yeah, what we were saying about Jesse earlier with the shots is when he finally allowed the shots to happen, the doctor to give him shots, he was very proud of himself, and we were very proud of him as well. So now when he goes in and gets his shots, he's proud of the fact that he can get it done like a big boy. And he tells mommy and daddy that he let it happen, that he's a big boy, and then he gets a reward afterwards. That's my nail. I'm doing my nail right now, and then touching the vibration. Good. What, Mikey? Lots of nerviness here. See? It's just a process. Then I'm going to sneak in one. Touch his nail on that one. Front paws are generally harder. A little bit more difficult to do, I think. There we go. What I'm doing here is I'm putting his paw on my hand. I'm not holding it there. Even when I'm doing this, it's just to get the nail. This is how you're going to end up holding the paw to do the nail. I'm not actually forcing him to keep his hand here. As I do this, if he pulls away, I let him pull away. And as soon as that paw is off from my hand, I turn on the e-collar. As soon as I grab the paw back and it's on my hand, I turn off the e-collar. So it's almost like this is the place bed, and his paw's on the place bed, there's no pressure. As soon as he takes it off, there's pressure. I put it back on, it's off. So what ends up happening is they leave their paw on my hand, and they let you do it. So then you're not having to force the hand to be there. Good. And that's how we get these done, eventually. Now having the dog on their side is safer for you if they're an aggressive dog. It's also convenient because you can get all the paws pretty easily. Or if they're laying on their belly, it's a little harder to get those angles when you're doing nails. But also, he would prefer to be on his belly because it'd be easier for him to fight and flight, right? So he'd be able to go into fleeing or fighting and biting easier if he was on his belly. There's a level of compliance when he goes on his side here. He's agreeing. Okay, so he's doing better with not pulling his paw off. Good job, Mikey. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to touch the nail with the sandpaper. If he pulls off again, we'll do a correction there. Okay, just like that. Okay, see he's going to pull off. Okay. He's keeping himself on. See that? Right? And we just do it as much as we need to. Okay? Here we are, we're gonna actually touch it here. It's hard. The hardest part about this for me is actually hanging on to the remote at the same time as the drummer, which is not what we're gonna have to do once this is all said and done, because he'll be past that point. But in the beginning, I have to have that. Good boy, Mike. So that's what the sensation is right there, boom. That's it. Good boy, Mike. He's documenting that too. I'm watching him. He's keeping an eye on it. What he's realizing is, see? Good boy, Mike. Good. What he's realizing is this here, what the nails, doing the nail sensation, is not uncomfortable, but pulling away and getting a correction on the e-collar is uncomfortable. So in the contrast, actually, the contrast of getting the nails done versus getting a correction, the correction is worse. He wants to avoid the correction. So therefore, in contrast, doing the nails is actually more pleasant. So he'll let you do the nails. So you're actually doing some counter conditioning here, where he's actually going to enjoy the nails being done because there's contrast with the punishment on the e-collar, right? Without the punishment on the e-collar, there's no contrast, right? So now that there's punishment, the nails don't seem so bad. It's like, okay, that's not bad. Good, right? That's nothing, it's just a little tickle. If anything, good. You see that little bit of startle there still every time I touch them up. Those would be bites in the past, because he would bite at his owner. Those would be bites. Good boy. Lots of progress. This is his first time doing this with us. Here's another one here. Touching the nails. Nice work. We're just doing a little bit today. We do a little bit, and then the next time we come out, we do a little bit so we get the chance to get used to the process and get comfortable with it. Good boy, Mike. That's really good. That's really good. Grab this bottle. If he's gonna pull away, I'm gonna let him grab the paw. That's our technique. Good. Didn't pull away at all. Good boy. Why? Because pulling away is more uncomfortable than getting the nails done. And it works. And then when he's done, he can get a treat. Put him away, give him something nice to nibble on. Good. Okay? Good. Now again, I'm not holding it here. When I'm doing this, I'm still not holding there. If he's going to pull away, I let him. And I correct. I'm just doing this so I can expose the nail. Okay? And that was really good. Now he did a good job. He let me do each paw without a hard time. We'll turn this off, and that's this session. Great. Good boy, Mike. That's good, buddy. Let's get your muzzle off here. Alright. There you go, buddy. Good boy, Mike. You did it. You did it. You got your nails done. Wow. Wow.